What have I found to be the most practical, comfortable, and efficient way to carry my everyday carry pistol? Hey guys, welcome back to the range. We're going to talk about something that I know you're interested in. It's everyday carry, all right? And we're going to talk about this specifically on how I carry my weapon, my concealed weapon or handgun every day, all right? And we're going to talk about it, and then we're going to go out on the range and we're going to actually do some time drills to see how effective it is drawing from this little unit right here, which we're going to dig into in just a second. Everybody asks me, how do I carry my weapon concealed? Here's the thing, man. I don't like using a in the waistband holster to conceal my handgun. Look guys, y'all know me. The only time I'm ever wearing pants is when I'm out here on the range. I don't wear pants ever. I'm always in running shorts, and usually they're little, lightweight, short running shorts, and it's really, really tough to carry a pistol in the waistband of your running shorts. You can do it if you're hiking, or if you're maybe careful about how you're moving, but it doesn't want to stay. It gets heavy, it pulls your shorts down. It's just never worked for me as a long-term solution to carry a weapon, which is why I've chosen to carry my everyday carry pistol in this fanny pack right here, all right? Again, you guys know we are not affiliated with any companies here on this YouTube channel. This is the fanny pack. I bought and paid for this with my own money, paid full price for it, and because I thought it was that good of a piece of gear. And this is what I've chosen to use to wear every day. Now, we're not going to dig into all the components of this fanny pack, what's in here, because there's really not much in here. Some cash, a wallet, a pocket knife, there's really not much in here. I'm not the kind of guy that freaking carries, imagines every possible scenario that I could ever possibly be in, and to try to have what I need in this fanny pack. This would be worse than trying to carry just a pistol in the waistband at that point. So I like to keep this thing light and fast. This is made by a company called Hill People Gear. It's a really well-built fanny pack. It's super beefy. It's got tons of room in it, man. We've got this front pocket right here. Again, we're not going to talk about what's in it, but there's some internal pockets inside here where you could put extra magazines, wallets, whatever you need. You've got a massive main compartment here, all right? It's usually where I keep my cell phone and a little bit of money, stuff like that. But the cool part is, back here behind this big main compartment, we have another compartment, and that is where I actually keep my weapon. All right, so there we go. We got a little Springfield Hellcat in there. You could fit a full-size pistol in here. You could fit a Glock 19 in here pretty easily. There's plenty of room. Nothing else goes in this back pocket. Just my pistol, all right? If you guys can see, I've got this little trigger guard clipped on to the trigger guard, and that keeps this trigger from being pressed on accident while it's floating around in this fanny pack, all right? That is attached to a lanyard, which is attached to a loop at the bottom of that pocket. All right, as soon as this pistol clears the fanny pack, that trigger guard pulls away and I have access to my trigger. All right, so that is how I carry my weapon in this fanny pack, just like that. All right, obviously the grip of the pistol is facing my right side. That way I can reach in this fanny pack, which I'll demonstrate here in a minute, get access to my grip, draw it, and I'm on target. Pretty cool. I just saw this little tag in here, made in the USA. All right, again, this isn't an advertisement, but this is the best fanny pack that I've ever had. The only modifications I've made to this thing, well, one is buying this trigger guard thing, and so I added this. I have tied these orange pieces of 550 cord onto these zippers right here. I'll show you why that's important here in just a minute. And the only other modification I've made is I've attached this tourniquet pouch onto the bottom of this fanny pack. There was already MOLLE in place on the bottom, but I went ahead and attached this tourniquet pouch on it, and I keep a cat tourniquet in there, all right? So this is how I carry my pistol, man. I don't wear pants, I wear running shorts. This works really well for me. I take this thing everywhere I go, and we're gonna get out here again and see how effective it is to carry in this fanny pack, and we're gonna measure the effectiveness by how fast I can draw this thing out of this fanny pack and actually get rounds on target, all right? So Blake will be running the shot timer, and usually with a drop leg holster on my gun belt, single shot from the holster, you're looking at maybe 1.5 seconds, all right? Now I do anticipate this is gonna be slower. We've never timed it before. I have practiced with it, but we've never timed it before, so it's gonna be fun to see. And I'll show you guys how it works, and we'll see if it works. Here we go. All right, sweet guys, we're out on the range. We're actually gonna do some shooting now, and we're gonna demonstrate how this works. Before I take some shots, these are gonna be time drills, so we're gonna see how fast I can get this thing out. Let's talk about how I have it set up, right? So essentially you have to prep this thing. You have to have it configured right for it to work the way that we're gonna utilize it. Just a minute ago, we talked about why I carry in the fanny pack. It's super comfortable. This is how I carry my weapon. Hey, look, we talked about these orange zippers, or these orange zipper strings, this orange 550 cord right here, right? The reason these are orange is because this is essentially gonna be my pull tab. These orange loops right here, this is gonna be my pull tab. So I'm always gonna have these orange pull tabs set up just like this on the right corner, the right side corner of the fanny pack. On this front pouch right here, I'm gonna have these always pulled to the left, okay? That's just always where I put them. That way, the two don't get confused, all right? I want these to be over here hanging out in a location by themselves, all right? So that's part of the setup. The last part of the setup is on this rear pouch where the actual weapon is. I have got to have these two zippers lined up right there on that right side corner, just like that, all right? I usually leave a little gap right there so that can just go ahead and when I initiate the pull, it opens up. As you guys can see, if you don't know what I'm talking about here, when I grab these two orange zippers, all I have to do is pull down and I gain access to my pistol, all right? So that's just a quick pull, exactly what we were talking about. So when I wear this thing, this is how I set it up. I always make sure that these zippers are in the right location. I just made a habit out of it, all right? So when I open this to get my wallet, get my phone, whatever it may be, I always pull it back to that location. So that's the basic setup of the fanny pack and how we access. So let's talk through real quick how this drill is going to work. I'm going to start in the fighting position or the ready position. I'll hit the timer. When the timer goes, I'm going to reach down, grab these orange pull tabs, rip away, reach in, grab my weapon, draw my weapon, and take a single shot on the target. We're going to time that, all right? See how it goes. Never timed it before. Have practiced it, never timed it. You guys can see as soon as this clears the holster, this trigger guard drops away and I have full access to utilize the weapon. When we're replacing this into the fanny pack, by the way, if you guys do this and practice this, if you buy one of these and practice this, be careful when you're reinstalling this trigger guard. Never forget your 4 laws of gun safety. One of them, treat all weapons as if they're loaded. This is loaded. Never point a gun at anything you're not willing to destroy, right? So we want to make sure the gun is pointed in a safe direction. Go ahead and clip that trigger guard back on there and reinstall it into our fanny pack to do our next rep. So let's do this a couple times, guys, and see what kind of time we can get drawing this thing from the fanny pack. All right, guys, so here's our first rep. Let me reset for the drill, guys. See what our time is. 3.82 on the first rep. 3.82. Let's try that again. Again, guys, I'm trying to reach for these while I'm keeping my eyes on the target, so I don't want to have to look down at these orange zippers. But if I had to, at least they're easy to see. I'm trying to do it without having to look down. So let's start. Here's our second rep. Let me reset real quick, guys. Definitely sped that up quite a bit. That one was 2.64. 2.64. I'd like to be able to get this under 2 seconds. I think it's just going to take reps is all it's going to take. All right, so zippers are prepped right where they need to be. We reset. .370 on that. So our best time so far is 2.64. I think with enough practice, guys, we can get that draw from this fanny pack under 2 seconds. That's the standard I'm going to set for myself. I'm going to work on this a little more throughout the day. I think it's an awesome option, at least for me. This is how I carry my weapon when I'm always wearing running shorts. It's comfortable. It allows me to bring everything that I need to bring in one tight pack. And I'll let you know if I'm able to get this below 2 seconds. That's my goal before the end of the day. So thank you guys for tuning in. I think the fanny pack is a viable option. If you carry your weapon some weird way, let us know in the comments what you do and what works for you. Yeah, enough said. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you got something out of this content, please like, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and drop us a comment. We always love hearing back from all of you guys that tune in. Enough said.